Our priest retirement center was built about 30 years ago, and we didn't really have any model to work from. When the plans were made for this facility, we did the best we could. I helped a little bit with actually this chapel area. Before I became a priest, I was a carpenter. My dad was a contractor in Coffeyville, Kansas, had a small business, and before I went to the seminary, I worked for him. I was a late bloomer. I didn't go to the seminary till 26. So I had quite a bit of experience in the building and renovation trade, and I guess that's my gift. God had a plan, and I have used that over and over in my priesthood. In St. Anne's, at St. Vincent de Paul, at Our Lady of Lourdes in Pittsburgh, at the House of Formation. I've helped a few priests here and there as they've done renovations. To me, there is a stewardship involved in a building, and taking care of it and keeping it useful for the present time is very important. We have recently done a new altar in here. The altar that we had before, Bishop Kemme actually dedicated it and really wasn't totally happy with it. So we started working on a plan for something better. We had a donor come forward who wanted to do that. We began actually in here with our Stations of the Cross. We ordered these stations from the Ukraine. At that time, the Ukraine was a peaceful place doing well. When we started talking about having the chapel, Bishop Kemme, when he looked at the initial design, said, "I love my chapel in my house because I have this Eucharistic symbol on the front of the altar, and it just leads me into prayer." So he asked for some kind of a symbol. I went looking at the Ukrainian resource, and we found a Last Supper that actually, just by God's grace, fit perfectly into the design that we've been working on. We created an altar that priests could stand behind, but also some of our priests need to sit. And so it accommodates that. There's a beautiful mosaic in here of St. John Vianney. The chapel is dedicated to him. All of these windows tell the story of his life. So we wanted that to be more featured. It was kind of lost in the pale color that was around it. One of the things that we needed in the earliest plan for this building was a community kitchen. Many people are not aware that our priests are served lunch here. That comes from the Catholic Care Center kitchen, but other meals are done on your own. So if you wanted to do more extensive cooking, or if you wanted a group of priests together to cook, there just wasn't a facility except this kind of general kitchen. The kitchen was definitely the top priority. So we did some rearranging in there, closed up a door that wasn't functional, wasn't even being used. We added a couple of dishwashers. We're planning for this facility to be filled with retired priests. Right now we're at the low ebb, but eventually we will have more priests in here. So my work is to get this place ready for an influx of retirees. The next phase of our project will be to finish up the dining room area. We've done flooring in there. We need to finish up the walls, and the ceiling is kind of a hodgepodge. We're going to kind of focus that a little bit more. Bishop would like to have some way to draw people from the front door directly to the doors of the chapel. Bishop Kemme is really dedicated to making this place a space that people will be proud of and that our priests will be comfortable in their retirement.